Hello. No idea what is happening. Hopefully you can hear everything well. I don't know if the music is too loud or too low. Let's see. You can see the podcast. I have to, I forget. I have to cite music. Already live. I'm doing this for the first time from my personal computer. The previous times were from my work computer, so I gotta figure out how we did this. Let's see. Hello, welcome to the stream. I should totally rename the stream. It needs a better name. It should be coding and philosophy is fine, I guess, but I don't know how much philosophy. I'm just gonna be doing some random things here and there. Stream marker. Okay, I can add markers to the stream. That's pretty new. Just gonna test how the audio sounds. Not sure how I'm gonna do that. Can I share? Yeah. Let's see. We should hear something in a loop. Oh no. Too real time. Oh no. Too real time. So how does it sound if I start playing again? So how does it sound if I start playing again? Okay, it's a bit loud. I can close the... Okay, I can put it a bit lower. I'll fix it. Maybe somewhere here. That's probably gonna be a bit better. Perfect. Welcome. I see. Now, okay. So, let's see. So now this is a little bit slower on this computer, although it only consumes like 15% CPU, but you can see it's used all over the place here. So this is my terminal. I'm actually, yeah, that's right. I'm also updating. My homebrew installation. I haven't used this computer in a while, so we'll have to get it up to speed with everything. Let's see. Yeah, so now I'm running brew update here. Yeah, the terminal looks a little bit silly right now, but welcome to the stream. Would like to be able to see these statistics in OBS though, and it does not show me. Shows me very little. Maybe what I can do. Make a new window here. Yeah, you can't really see anything. My other screen. Add the chat. Why are things complicated? Go away. I don't want to see the chat here too. Or maybe I can hide it from here. Maybe that's this one. I'm really talking to myself. Okay. Oh, there you go. So we're getting some updates to brew. Oh, we only have to update 64 formulas. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. But I'm not gonna actually. I'll just look at the outdated ones. Right. So we have not that. It's okay. We don't have that much old version of Python actually. 3.9 is quite okay. Yeah, I have black hole. That's a new version. But I don't see something that needs be updated for now. Maybe we can just skip it. Ooh, smart versioning. You version by the day by the date the version was published. Why don't everyone do that? That's pretty smart. Right, so I've started using something called Poetry in Python. And I want to actually, I use that at work a lot. It's a package manager for Python, which is really nice. And it has support. So what I really like about Poetry compared to other package managers is that it lets you create not easily, but once you have set up your Python project the first time, then it's pretty easy to manage an environment that only runs when you visit that folder, or like only applies to that project. And also what is nice is that you can, I think I have here some nice commands that you can build your application quite easily. So yeah, right, so you create a new project like this, you give it a name. That's pretty cool. Actually, I've never used the new command. I usually have a repository already, and I just apply init, so initialize on my current project, not repository. So that's even cooler. It actually, if you want to create a new project in Python, it will create the entire folder structure for you. That is really neat. And then the important part is this file here, the PyProject TOML. So, right, yeah. So yeah, that's an example here. But in this project, in this file, you define your project name, the current version, a description if you want for the project, and who are the authors. You can describe your dependencies, and the versions that you need to have in order for the application to work, and your development dependencies as well. So it's quite nice. Yeah, so that's the one I usually use, Poetry Init, because I usually create. It's good to know that you can create a new project like this as well. Maybe I'll use it in the future. What's also cool is that you just add dependencies like this. Say Poetry add and the name of the library Python package you want to add. Yeah, then you have like a virtual environment, which is nice. It can also run things in the correct context if you want. I rarely using that so far. Yeah, that is one good use case. If you have some testing framework or like formatting framework like PyTest or Black, then you can run them like this. Activating, yeah, you can go into a Poetry shell, so it gives you basically a terminal that is that has all the required dependencies installed, since if you've configured this properly, which Poetry takes care of itself, really. Yeah, and then it has the build as well. Install, yeah, just one command and install everything that you need for the project to run. I didn't know. No root. Okay. And no dev, I think as well. Yeah. Yeah, so let's install Poetry in my computer now. So let's go OS X and Linux. Yes. Bash on Windows. So basically what they tell us is to so curl is a command line. I mean, also if I do, I'm not gonna update this for now. It's not really important. I want to check one thing though. Yeah, my version of my npm. Can we update? I don't need to update it. Never mind. Okay, so what we can do now is I can show you what. So man is a really good command to know. It's a manual command. I wonder if you do that. Yeah, you can. Okay, that's cool. So man basically displays the manuals for command lines in commands in the terminal. Very useful, actually, to read when you're trying to figure out how a command works. You can most of the time do man and the name of the command. So in this case, I check the manual of the manual command. So if I do man CURL, we'll see it's a transfer URL. Yeah, CURL is a tool to transfer data from or to a server using one of the order protocols. Yeah, so LDAP. So basically, right. So basically, CURL is capable of doing a lot of things, making requests to websites or like downloading your files. It's such a complicated piece of software that I've never actually used it except for usually like copying a command like we're gonna do now. Yeah, so it runs with these flags SNL. So let's see what they do. Out of curiosity, so if I search for S, no, yeah, maybe S with a space, maybe not space. Okay, we can try again. Let's see, there's a lot of S going on. I don't even see. Yeah, almost. I have to learn a better way to. Ah, there we go. Silent. Okay, so that's the S. But I have to learn a better way to search through this. Actually, these kind of files. Silent or quiet mode. Don't show progress meter or error messages. Okay, it just goes on mute. Okay. Then we have the capital S. Which is to be used together with if you put it on silent, so that it shows if there is a failure. Okay. And then what else? It was L, I think. When a request is made without a location, it follows their directs. Okay, is that? Ah, there we are. No, wait. Yeah, here it is. So if the server reports that the requested page has moved to a different location, it's a 30 something response. Okay, 300 something or 3, yeah. Then this option will redo the request on the new place. Okay. So it will follow a redirect. That's interesting, because basically what they probably want to do is, in case they decide to change the location of this file, they'll be able to still maybe give you a redirection, something, I don't know. But basically what will happen is it will download this file, and we can actually look at it. We can paste the link up here, and that is actually the file it will download, which is a pretty long file, Python that basically installs Poetry, and this actually comes from the Poetry GitHub repository. So if I write Poetry GitHub, we can see get Poetry here. So this is the file actually, and much nicer with highlighting here. So basically they've baked a piece of Python code in here to show to install Poetry. So let's do it. So it's gonna download this file. Basically, that's what this half of the command is going to do. The CURL SSL, this part, and actually I have the suspicion it won't even save it to a file. if we run it like this, I think it will just fetch the contents in a string. So let's run it without anything. Let's run it like this. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So it basically fetched this code, and it literally just put it in my shell. So then what we can do is, if you put this like horizontal line in your Linux terminal or Mac terminal, basically it's called the pipe operator, and what it will do is it will take whatever comes from the command before and put it to the next command. So what I can do, for example, is put it to, let's say, so I can use one other command that's called grep, which will attempt to find something in the text I provided, and the something is, let's see how many function definitions we have. There's a bunch. So you can see every function definition here. My capture was not good enough, actually. You can see also some variables. So if I do instead grep as a regular expression, and just this with space here, maybe like, yeah. So now we get only the actual definitions, and I'm suspecting, so we could do so now I'm doing regex from the top of my head here. We could also do class, maybe. Oh. So this will match either. No, it did not. No, okay, I'm not getting it right. Anyway, not important. So the important part is to run this in Python, and I have a suspicion that, yeah, my Python version is 2.7. If I just run this like that, it will try to run it with Python 3.2.7, which is out of support now, actually, end of life. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hello. Feel free to join the chat if you feel like it. So now we're installing Poetry, Python package manager. Super cool. So because my default Python version is 2.7 here in my terminal, I suspect that if I run this, it will crash. Because I noticed that the code that we're fetching from that website here is in Python 3 and up. So let's see how that goes. Let's give it a go. Sorry. In here. So, okay. That's interesting. It is actually working. So it's installing Poetry now. And it did. No, that's surprising. I'm gonna refresh my terminal. I'm gonna source my terminal loading file. And let's see now. Yeah, we have Poetry. So which version do we have is the question. 1.1.12. Perfect. Which is the version we installed. That is pretty cool. So which Poetry? Okay, it is installed in my personal folder here. Okay, nice. Perfect. So we have Poetry now. Yes, pat yourself on the back. So, right. So basically what is happening is I haven't used this computer in a while. And I'm just getting some things up to speed. And what I want to do today is I actually want to do something fun with OBS. Let me see. I have this instrument that is, well, by itself is really nothing, but it's called a beat step. But it's a MIDI controller. And all these buttons are and knobs are programmable, but also the computer is able to listen to all the actions that happen on them. So what I want to do is as a fun, no good reason project, is to make it so that I can actually perform macros on. Can you see it? Yeah, now you can see it a bit there. So basically this one, yeah. So what I want to do with it is to use these buttons to do fun things. And I didn't just come up with that. I noticed someone did something like this. So if we search for OBS MIDI controller, and so there was some project here. Oh, there's a soundboard thing. But this is for Windows, and I was not looking for a soundboard either. I'm looking for a controller project. I remember I saw on GitHub. Usually I search GitHub like this because their own search is pretty mediocre. Use MIDI devices trigger events. Yeah, I think that's the one. Use MIDI device trigger events in OBS and vice versa. OBS MIDI. Right, I saw one contributor has Bob the Builder icon. Yeah, picture. Epic. Nice. Right, so let's see. So this is use MIDI device to trigger OBS and vice versa. OBS MIDI came about because two guys complained about the same thing within the same hour and decided to take on the task. Okay, these two guys. Is this one of them Bob the Builder? Alzi, yes. Yeah, what a legend. So nice. It runs on Mac as well. Download the installer. Okay, but what does it really do? I was hoping for some build instructions. I don't really want that. I was hoping for some more information. Do I just download this blindly and try it out? That sounds very strange. When was the last time they updated this? In March 2021. Okay, it's not very... okay, I mean, it's not too old. It seems to have been quite an active project, so it's not a big problem, but... okay, that seems pretty straightforward. So after you install it, they say here, launch OBS, already have it on. In the configuration tools, do OBS MIDI settings. Oh, I may have to restart OBS. And select your controller, hit configure, toggle button. Okay, that sounds pretty straightforward actually. Try it out. So yeah, and OBS is the tool I'm using now. Maybe I can control it. Over here as well, so you don't miss it. Let's go that down. Being able to change between the two different screens with just like a push of the button from my bit step here. So let's see. They suggest we take the latest from here. The latest would be this one. Very strange. Very small, this file. That's very strange, but maybe it doesn't need to be larger than that. So if I run this, oh, it guides me through an installation process. Wants to get my password, hopefully not gonna get anywhere. That go back to repository here. Now we should be able to launch OBS. Yeah, I will have it under tools. You can probably not hear me when I change screens. Actually, I realized I don't have these outputs in the other. That is a strange. But now it should be fine. Now I should be able to hear. Basically, I did not have these outputs in this screen as well. Well, I have them in the other, which is the main screen. Oh, yeah, we can move a little bit more. Why not? Right. So yeah. So I'm gonna restart, and hopefully the stream won't cut out completely. See you in a moment. Yeah, it seems like it worked. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's see now. What is this? Oh, but that's nice. I can have the chat live. Ah, that's fine. So in the tools here, yeah, there we go. There we have it. Oh, okay. I need to connect it. A sec. Perfect. So now I'll probably have to reopen this. But yeah, so if you can, I can show you now. So this now, when I press on it, it changes colors to show me what I've been pressing. It's pretty nice. I usually use it for music to trigger some instruments. Oh, sorry about that. So you can. Yeah, you can put some nice instruments on those that don't necessarily that are not easy to use in the context of a keyboard, like a piano kind of. So you can just tap on those, and it's pretty nice. And it also can be used as a soundboard. So let's see. And actually, I have an idea. I'll probably switch the cameras around. Because now I have, this is coming from my phone, and I have a webcam, so I could actually do it a little bit more cool. So I can add the webcam here. Say this one here. That they oop, perfect. I can make it a little bit smaller. Well, you can see the difference in quality also. So then I can put this up here, so and then I can switch this one, put it down here to show this one, so I can Yeah, so this goes like this. Awesome. So if we do this again with OBS here, there we have Arturia Bitstep. That's the one I have actually. This is my sound card, Scarlett. So if I enable this, I don't want it to be bi-directional thing for now. I don't want to get anything back. I want to configure something. Wow, that is very straightforward. So you can add the mapping, right? Or channel, let's take channel 0, I guess it takes everything. We can stick with that for now. Does it find if I play something, or maybe I have to actually make channel 1 here, or note on? No, it does not. A live use value. Ah, okay. So one. Okay, I see. So I have to press this to for it to listen for something. Control change. Yeah, maybe that's the one I want. Let's say the first box. Action, do transition. Scene. I want to do the I don't know why I named it mobile bubble, honestly. And I want it to cut to it. Yeah, why not? If I press it now, did it work? No. Ah, but I have to add it. Yeah, perfect. Oh, it did. Yeah, it worked. So if I change the other way around, so I do this one. I can bring it over here so you can see it. Wow, that was much faster than I anticipated. Let's see, and the transition, we want to go to the Retina screen with cut. Yeah, why not? Add this one. Wow, check this out. Let's see. So, but this is confusing now because the mapping is the other way around. The button that is on that light is very bright. Yeah, I can do this. Let's see. I have these Philips Hue lights, which is kind of nice. But I just use it without. But it's easier to control from the phone or from so let's see. No, that's an old configuration. Oh, I need to update it, of course. Anyway, yeah, like I usually use Google to control the lights, but and now it would be a bit annoying to do. So look at that. Even though I'm like in a different window, that's really nice. Ah, but you don't have a picture of me on this one, of course. Oh. Oh, I put my password wrong. So I can fix it so that there's also a picture of me there. Yeah, I still have this other window open, this one. That's why I cannot use it, anything. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay. That was strange. I think I wonder if you can hear me. Yeah, it seems like you can hear me. The audio stopped. I think it has to do with I installed this now, the update, and it seemed like multi-display support. I don't want to cast my anything. It's wrong. It has the wrong lights here. Wow. Okay, everything looks good. It does not look good. What do you mean everything looks good? Anyway. Okay, Google, dim the desk left. Okay, good. But why is the music off? And let's see. I'm gonna try this with the music on again. Playback doesn't start shortly. Try to start your device. Okay, I'll try making a tab maybe. I mean, yeah, I'm using this stream. Oh no. Hear it. Oh, you can hear. I cannot hear it, but you can hear it. That is very strange. Yeah, I know why. I have this other mixer. It's so like audio engineering is just press buttons here and there until things work. Oh, it crashed, obviously. Let's see. No, not this one. No, it's not working now either. Okay, now it's working. Okay, I can hear the music too now. So now it's a little bit nicer. Yeah, so I'm using this. It's called LadioCast. This is the mixer that runs in my sound card, and this is the mixer that runs in my computer. And then, wait, which screen are you seeing? Yeah, this one. And then we also have this one. But okay, but let's make a copy of my webcam. But yeah, damn, I forgot again. So let's change this the other way around. Let's make the first one go to Retina, which is on my left side. I did not save it. Okay. Save edits. And the other one to go on my mobile. Yes. Whatever that name is for. Yeah, now it makes more sense. So, I see here. You can't see the entire thing. I can fix this. Let's save this one. It's saved, I guess. Come back here. And now I can maybe, let's see, make this a bit wider. That's all there was. Okay. Here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, seems like most of it you can see. Okay, but it's not now the same in both views. That's a bit annoying. Now you can see me just a tiny bit better, a little bit brighter. Although that is very blinding. Okay. I'll need to copy this one to the other view. Perfect. That's too large. Maybe I can flip vertical. No. Flip horizontal. Yeah, like this. And I can put it like this maybe. And down here. And maybe make it a little bit smaller. Like this. And the same for this one. No. But why? Okay. Oh, I have to do the same thing with them all the time. That's a bit annoying. Yes, perfect. But I can remove it from here. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, let's see here. Webcam is me. iPhone is there. Perfect. Let's actually remove this and this, and now paste this in. Perfect. So, and then I can also, I can change it again. I've heard that there is a way to make this a little bit smarter, actually. So I'm gonna put this here. And honestly, I don't know if I actually am gonna use this much more. So if you will have any reason to look at that, in this case, Maybe I can move myself up here for this screen. And do the horizontal flip. Bam, nice. Yeah, so that's pretty cool now. Perfect. But now I don't actually have space for my keyboard here, so that was not very perfect after all. Let's fix this a little bit. This maybe. Well, I have no idea what about this. Okay. It's really hard to actually. Yeah, okay. That looks more reasonable. Yeah, perfect. So now that that's done, I wonder what's next. What do you think? Look at this. Ah, perfect. Okay, my voice is going a bit dead. I don't know why. I've been working a little bit too much today at work as well, so that's probably why. Right, so we have poetry installed. I was really hoping this would be much harder than it was. I'm just gonna save this repository here. That was surprisingly easy. So what else should we do now? So I have set up this. Let's see. I have it in my local network. I've made this like a small web server. So basically I have a Raspberry Pi in the closet, and I have a few things that run on it. So I have Pi-hole, which is basically ad filter for your local network. There's some updates here. So basically what Pi-hole does is it acts as a so this computer, this Raspberry Pi, this tiny computer, Raspberry Pi, I've had every version of that for like since my bachelor's in Athens. That was 2013. That's yeah, that's quite some time. So it's basically a really nice platform to play around with. Also a really tiny computer. It's basically this one. And I have one in my closet right now, that next to my router, and it's the hardware here. I think I have the latest version. Oh, there is a 400 version. No, okay, that's the one I have. Looks pretty recent. I don't know, what is this? 400 is, it's like an extended pack. So it doesn't seem like I don't think that they've released something newer. The last time I got it. But so this is the computer that runs in my closet, and yeah, it has this Ethernet connector that is plugged into my router, my home router. And basically, what I've configured is that it, if we check my home router here, I've configured, yeah, actually, maybe it's not a very smart idea to show you that, I realize now. So just imagine that in here I've configured the DNS server to be this Raspberry Pi here. So the DNS server, basically, DNS means domain name system, yeah. And a DNS server is a server that basically just knows the addresses of every website. So you tell it, actually when you visit google.com, there's no such website as, there's no such location as google.com on the internet. It's really, if we go to my terminal here, we can check a bit larger. I can close this one. Right, so we can check. So there is an lookup, I think. No, there is a net There's a command if I'm forgetting now. Is it let's try. I think ping also does it. So if you do google.com, ping google.com, yeah, you'll see it basically resolves the address. So there's a server somewhere that tells my computer that the website www.google.com actually lives in this address. So you're going to communicate with that server to get the content of that website, and that is what DNS does. It has a list of where is what. So basically, I've configured my Raspberry Pi in my closet as a DNS server in my home. So whenever a computer asks for an address, it has to go through this device first in my apartment. And what it will do is it will check if this address is known to be an advertisement address. And if it is, it will actually not allow you to visit it. It will basically, when your computer will ask for the IP for that address, the Raspberry Pi and by extension Pi-hole, which is what the software is running, will actually stop the query, the query altogether. So it will never leave my apartment, the request. And on the way back, not on the way back, sorry. No, only on the way out, yes. We can see some statistics as well of how many things have been blocked. Like, it has blocked like 36,000 queries from 11 different clients. A quarter almost of my traffic is being blocked, because a quarter of my traffic seems to be ads. That is pretty insane, actually, considering I'm also using a ad blocker. But yeah, but that doesn't matter. The ad blocker actually only blocks, I think, locally, like in your browser. So yeah. So this is a pretty cool piece of software. They have a oh, maybe can I update it like this? Yeah, so it's also another nice project on GitHub, and basically a bunch of upset people about ads created it, and I think I've been using it for a lot of years. I don't remember when was the first time. I think that was also like one of the first projects I had on my Raspberry Pi back in the day. So that's one that's running here. That's doing fine. And then we have Webcam. That is the entrance to my apartment. Okay, Google, turn on the entrance. It's a little bit of a mess, but I use it usually when I'm not home to keep an eye on the door. Paranoia, but thankfully nothing has ever happened. So that's really nice. That's also another open source project. It's called here it is, RPi Cam Web Interface. Yeah, so it's this one. Another really nice project as well. And basically they have this interface that you can do a lot of nice things with the camera on the Raspberry Pi. Pretty cool. So yeah, I didn't really need to do that much more. After you configure things, it just works. But the part I had to do is to actually make it possible to have them accessible separately. And then I have Grafana, which is a really nice, we use that at work as well a lot. I don't want this panel here. It's a, remove. Goodbye, and I can save this actually. Perfect. So yeah, so Grafana is a open source visualization tool. And if I take Pi-hole Explorer, for example, see it has like real-time data on what has been blocked from my pi hole here. That is actually extracted from from the device itself into a database called Prometheus. Yes, exactly. It's time series database that is running in the closet also, and basically that's another nice open source project as well. And basically every what you do is you publish metrics to some IP port in your system, and it's Prometheus is listening for information, and actually we can see how it looks like even if we take the Pi-hole exporter metrics. We'll see basically this is when you visit the metrics page, this is what has been exposed from my device in the local network. And I've told, so if I refresh the page here, if you check the duration seconds here, the numbers, when I refresh it will change. Okay, these didn't change, but something else changed. Let's see. Yeah, so these one here, for example, you can see that these numbers are changing. Basically, each time I think it changes multiple times per second, and what happens is that Prometheus is configured to let's see, service discovery maybe. Yeah, it's configured to maybe I can look at the configuration. Yes, to look for these. So Pi-hole exports its data in the / metrics of the of this port 9617, and same for node exporter, which is another thing that exports the some statistics on, where is it? Go back here on our Grafana instance. It has some statistics on how the device on Raspberry Pi itself, how much memory we're using. Here you can see it's pretty low. The CPU usage is also quite low. Most of the time is idling, and it's pretty surprising when you think that it's actually running quite a few things on it. So it's quite powerful, these Raspberry Pis. And we can see the memory availability is quite high as well. It has 4 gigs of RAM. Yeah, the green stuff is availability. Alright, yeah, how much is available? Disk space, that's nice to see. It's pretty low. I think I just have like a 64 gig SD card there. Let's see. And it has a lot of nice things in general. Like it can tell you. So Grafana is to be used for this kind of real-time analytics. So now it's looking at the last 24 hours, and all these we can change. So if I put it to the last 1 hour maybe. Okay, I may have some issues here. I don't know why this is not showing it. Find out. Huh. Wow, it's really nice to have. But I really should have more uses for it than just changing the screen. But I can create a new setup. One where, so if I duplicate, can I duplicate? If we go here, let's name this not Retina 2, but which one did I duplicate? Oh yeah, when I click on it, it changes to it. So you can't. Okay, I'll fix it first. Like this. Okay. Oof. So basically, I want to remove the this one. So now we have this. Added this in tools. So if I create a new mapping that is for the other button here, then we want to transition to bubble 2, And yeah, use the current transition, or let's make it a fade. Fade, yes. And add it. So, and then I want to add another one, which is going to be this here, which is going to do just transition in the preview scene. Okay, how do I put scenes in preview? I have not set that one up. Okay, interesting. But what else can we do? Move transition bar, set volume, toggle mute, scene, preview, toggle mute, preview scene. Oh, I can add a scene in preview. Like, let's try scene. Or, okay, I have to read up on what this is. Take screenshot, hotkey, resume recording. But I could, I could put the play, the play button too. So what I was looking for is maybe I can shuffle around the transition, the scenes, like without specifying which, without specifying which scene to go to. But that's yeah, that's fine. We can have this one, and this one. Oh, but I need to. Okay, it starts getting a little bit, yeah, because this one. Now it's still strange. Now this one should be showing that screen because the leftmost, but it's actually showing that screen. Okay, and this one is without the keyboard. This one here. Okay. Wow. Let's fix this again. So, right. So we wanna do. We wanna have this one. Oh. Is it not able to listen to it because I'm using it at the same time? That's a bit strange. So retina, we need to be this one here. Reset. So if we edit this. Oh. Yeah, it didn't work. So, but okay, but I know how to fix this. Can I do 45 here? Oh no! Damn it. Okay. Okay, that worked, right? Oh, I don't get what has happened now. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna delete all of them. Delete all of them. I'm gonna make new one. Perfect. Let's do it. Okay, new. So the left screen needs to be going to the retina screen. With whatever is the. No, we don't want any duration. Or maybe, yeah, why not? Then we want this one to go to the main screen. That is this one. And then we want this over here to go to the main screen, but without. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Yes. Yeah, perfect. Woo! Oh, that's pretty fast. Actually, that's it's pretty cool that this software is free and open source, and it's so good. And I can change the cutscene to the transitions to be fade. Now everything fades. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We have any here? Okay. Right. So I can remove this now. Oh wow. And okay. And in the future, I can have more. Okay. I see. Yeah, I can have more configurations for where my face should be and everything. That's nice. Perfect. So, right, so we're looking now at the this graph here, and we're seeing that it does not return anything. It's very strange. With table view, you can check the raw data that comes in, and then nothing is coming in. I don't know why. It's the total seconds that the CPU is spending in each state here. So if I remove this variable, I know that's a little bit, a lot of things right now, but yeah, okay, so this is coming in. That is strange. So if I sample it by minute, it works. So let's, oh no, not per inspector, sorry. Let's change this to be maybe 30 seconds. It works with 30. It doesn't work with 15. It's maybe too little. Okay. Can I set the interval on the dashboard for everything? That's the annotations, no variables. Not really. Okay. That's the bummer. It would be nice if I can set this for like the interval for every plot, because I don't want to save each one now. Bummer. Anyway, I'm not gonna save this for now. What's the time? It's getting a bit late. So I'm thinking. I did create. I had an issue with this one actually with the Grafana. So if I go to the Grafana repository, I created an issue here for. Yeah, we have an issue with this rate interval. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, so that's what happened basically. They introduced this variable called rate interval in Grafana, which is it's really nice because you don't have to. So Grafana has this this thing where you can have variables. Basically, this yeah, this looks pretty complicated. This is a query to Prometheus. So basically what it does is it calculates the rate that this metric returns, and this metric is node CPU seconds total. So if we check the raw metric here, go to home and see here, so we can check what was the name. That search here, yeah, so you see there's a bunch of them. If I refresh, they change. So basically, this exporter is exporting so all these metrics now from my CPUs in the wardrobe. Yeah, not one. Yeah, I keep saying wardrobe and closet, but it's actually just a box in the wall. So it's 4 CPUs here: 0, 1, 2, and 3. And they have different states, and this is how many seconds they've spent in those states. As of now, I'm guessing. Yeah, it doesn't say. So the help information here, it says it's the seconds the CPU spent in each mode, and the type is it's a counter. Okay. Yeah, it counts the seconds, right? Yeah, of course. So I guess from the description that means that this will reset if the CPU goes in IO wait, or is it currently in IO? Maybe. Is it increasing by like seconds anywhere at all? No. It is increasing by fractions of a second, or like, yeah, okay. I'm not entirely sure how this works. Maybe we can check it out. But so the nice part is that so Prometheus you can tell Prometheus that this is actually a rate because it's like a measure over time. So it handles the conversion into rate over time nicely, because otherwise, if you wouldn't convert it into a rate, we can actually check what happens if I hide all the other ones first. There's a bunch. And we just start like taking this one apart. I'll start by just removing these here. So now, okay, all right. So still looks like something. Busy system. Oh yeah. What is this orange stuff though? Anyway, basically now this is returning the value over that this had over time. That's what we actually want as rate. So if I remove the rate, it doesn't refresh like this. Strange. It refreshes when I take my mouse out. Yeah, so now the problem, what's the problem? Let's see. The range vector. So let's see how the data looks like. Why is it complaining? I think we got an error completely from this query. Intelligent busy system. The response is yeah, sorry. Oh no, I'm back. Could be that this one here is the problem. Yeah, this one is the problem because this defines. Oh, let's see. Okay, let's take it from the scratch. Yeah, now you see. So, so basically, what is happening now is that this is the raw value of this measure over time, and even Grafana suggests that we apply a rate function to it. So you see that it really. You can't really see it, but or I mean, maybe if you notice the crosshair information there, it changes a little bit over time. So then I suspect what is happening is that we are getting a constant rate over like a certain some window of time. So if we just apply a rate without a window of time, let's see what will happen now. Yeah, now it needs a window of time, so it complains. Let's see. Yeah, it needs a vector so that it knows how much, what range of time it should look at. So if I put 1 minute here, yeah, so it will basically run through the values that we saw before, and it will reevaluate them as rates over the course of a minute. And I can actually change that to maybe 30 seconds and see how that looks. Yeah, it becomes more detailed. The problem here is we should know their sampling rate for this particular metric. Otherwise, whatever we put here is not going to be accurate. So for that reason, there is this interval, and Grafana is really nice. They have like really nice suggestions, so you can see the variables we can use here is what is range? I wonder. Oh, it worked. But what does range become? Do we see? Range from to. It doesn't show data source object. No, I want to know how. Okay. It probably becomes this value, something like this here. Yeah, can I know another way to figure out. Yeah, that's one thing that I don't know if Grafana has a way to do, to show these values somewhere nice. So if I paste it in here. No, it just makes yeah, never mind. Okay, so, but we don't need the range. I digress. So interval and rate interval. So interval is this one here, basically, and that Grafana can change automatically based on your time range. So here I have set a minimum value of 30 seconds. And they created rate interval, which is special to be used for the rate function in Prometheus. But it doesn't work, unfortunately. So let's see if it will. No. And it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't seem to work at all, actually. I would like to find a way to print the content of it. Let's see if we can do that. Grafana, print content of variable, or yeah. Let's see. I'm having some alcohol-free ginger beer, and it's actually, the ginger is pretty strong. I've been drinking this for a couple of hours now. It's kind of hard to drink, but very satisfying. Let's see. Variable syntax. Yeah, but playing variable instead of text value. Oh, there's no, never got an answer. That is strange. Like, I feel like it should be pretty straightforward. How to set a display name? This was old value. It should be easy to just like have some sort of query here, where like a terminal or something, where we can just, you know, test what's the content of this variable here. That is very annoying. So how did they do? Okay, I guess that's one way. Just put this in as a. Okay, let's see. So if I just remove everything else, only keep this one, what will happen? It has no data. Okay, what is it? Unexpected duration 2 seconds. That's why it does not work. Because like with we tested it before actually here. So if I put 2 seconds here, it won't work again. And if I put 30, we'll see it starts working. And that's because it probably doesn't have values every let's see, every less than maybe 20 seconds. Let's see, does it work? No. 29. Yeah, it has. Okay, so 25 maybe. 24. It has 24 as well. 22. Okay, 21. Okay, 20 then. Or no, 20 didn't work, I think. Right? Yeah. So I guess what is happening is that its sampling rate is not locked. So it's probably varying. And if we put it to 1 minute, it's also bad. Like, I mean, it looks like it looks better, it's smoother, but we don't really know at what rate this variable here is sampled, this metric. So that should have been the real value to add here. Although probably having it higher is maybe not a big problem. Yeah, but anyway, so basically this makes the rate calculations so that we can actually see something, the value that each metric had at that point in time. Basically, it reverses the rate, and then we have this. So since we have now so many, 4 lines. And we have 4 lines because it's 1 per CPU. So actually I could say here, I think CPU maybe. Or maybe like this. Yeah, there you go. So this is the rate for each CPU. And you can see its processor, one of the four. So, and it's also really nice with the colors. So you can see that the one that is being utilized the most is this is probably not even stacked. Is it stacked? Let's see, are we looking at the data correctly? Always make sure that you're looking at your data. Yeah, it is, okay. So this is the percentage of total for each of them. So we can see that the green one is the one that's usually working the most, maybe the 0, which is quite interesting. Probably the system is configured in a way that if it only needs one, like it always uses one CPU the most. That's interesting. So basically what we want to do is in this visualization here, because we want to see the state at which the CPU has been at over time in total, regardless of which core. I can reverse this back to, what was it? Busy system. So we just want to summarize all those together. So we just want to add them together. So you can write this query here to Prometheus that will do for all the contents of this whatever comes in here. It will sum them by instance. And instance is this one here. So we don't want to sum, because if we sum them by CPU, we'll see that nothing's going to change because we have 4 CPUs. But if we sum it by instance, we'll see immediately that it's only 1 now, because we only have 1 instance, 1 CPU. And maybe we can put the name here to see how it looks. What's the name of that instance? It's localhost 9100. That is the local machine basically. So perfect. So now we're back to this one, and we didn't get really that far, because if I add all the other graphs in, let's see. So everything's visible now. Oh, and we need to multiply this by 100, so that it becomes a percentage, or like it scales from 0 to 100. Perfect. So now, so these rates have been calculated. You see, most of the time is idle. I'm not gonna save anything here for now. And then I think there was like a per core statistics or something. Was it this one? By mode. Yeah, so that seems to be the one. If I fix, because it's not summarizing by no, it's summarizing by mode, so that's also, anyway. If I fix this, get the data, so it's not per CPU, it's per mode that the CPU is in. Never mind. It would be cool to see what state the cores have been at the most or something. We can actually create that, and why don't we? I can make, I think I should make a copy of this one. That's pretty trivial to do in if I manage to click it in Grafana. Okay, that is a bit strange. Can I duplicate with D, I think? No? Okay. Wow, I cannot open the menu now. That's strange. No! There we go. Alright, duplicate, PD, okay. So we have a copy of it here. And, okay, it's not working, but I can open it with E now, and remember it's edit. I'm not sure why that's not working. Wow. Yeah, so right, so we want to go per CPU. So let's first remove these here. Perfect. So we want to know for processes, user, what is that? Nice processes. Nice processes. I don't know what that is. Idle, I await. Guest. And what was the first one? System process. No. Right, I want to sum it by a device. Was it a CPU? Sorry. So if I do this again, no data. Why? Does it need to be even longer? 1 minute. No, that does not seem to be the problem. Use the second total. Am I missing something here? Mode system instance. So this should be the system usage. What is it? I can remove this. Ah, okay, that was the problem. It took minimum step for some reason. So if we put this, 1 minute is okay. So the name we want to give it here is also the CPU name. So we can have it like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and we want to check all the modes. So we can actually remove that maybe, or just do. Yeah, maybe I can remove. Oh, no, sorry. Just remove it for now. So because this only filters to show the system usage. So if I take this away, and yeah, right. So now basically what we see is everything, but we still wanna only see when it's busy. So nice. It's funny. It's nice. IRQ, soft IRQ, guest. So what options do we have really here? So let's print CPU and mode. There. See what they are, and we're gonna sum them by CPU and mode. Let's see. Okay, so we have idle, wait, steal, wait, idle. Yeah. Okay. So these are all the modes. So we want to see. Maybe we can just take idle only, because that will show us if it's been just sitting around. So which one has been sitting around the most? So let's take mode equals idle, and I can remove this one now. So let's see. So now it's a stacked plot. What is this returning now? This is returning the rate. So this is a percentage over time in how, as in how much the number changes over time that is being reported. Basically, how much this number changes over time, instead of looking at the actual number. Would that mean that should we still have them stacked now, or do we have them Yeah, so now... Yeah, okay. Yeah. So now we're showing how much it's been idling each CPU. So what we can do is we can play smart and do one minus that. So reverse this all the way here. So now it's going to look a little bit better. Yes, perfect. So now we're looking at CPU activity. So the amount of the CPUs not being idle, the amount they spend not being idle, it means that they are being active. CPU core. So this graph now shows us CPU core activity. Then we can change the migration. Time series visualization is more capable. Okay. Let's see, will it work? It looks okay. So that was a one-click migration, done well. Good job to the Grafana team. Let's see. So what I want to do now is I want to change the y-axis name. It's not... it is percentage, actually. So can I change the units of the... Yeah, percent 0 to 100. That's a nice feature that Grafana has also, to add units. And they have like all the kinds of units that you will ever need. Concentration of I don't know, parts per billion, like for really like blood and stuff like this. It's like okay, I don't know, like for liquids or like what is millimoles? I've heard that before. It's like I don't know, some particle density in liquid or something like that. Forces, kilonewtons. They have hash rates. They have so many metrics. Or like units, sorry. You can use like angle, degrees, stuff. But we stick to very simple, basic percentage here. We also don't want of a fill in this case here, I would say maybe. Or maybe very dim. So here we're only showing the... Whoa! Yeah, okay, we have these statistics here. So let's see. So on average, can I have the median here as well? Let's see. Median. No. What else can we have? Count, total, range, delta, step, difference, distinct, percentage of values. No, okay, that's all we can have. What is last not null? I think that's what this means. One axis name is wrong. It says percentage here as well. That should be... Is that the one here? Let's see. Yeah, I'll just leave it without, I guess. But why can it change the name of the link repeat options? No, okay. But now we can see the average usage per core. So the 0th CPU, so we can say core here, or this. Yeah, so we can see the core 0 is the one that is actually being used the most. So if I expand this time frame to 2 days maybe, let's see. Yeah, and the granularity here is a bit bad. We should make it maybe... Okay, wow, sorry, 1 hour. Or, 30 minutes. Did it work? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. Yeah, so it's probably 10 minutes is probably bad actually, because it's a CPU and it's like you measure the rate of the course of over a course of 10 minutes is probably insane. Over the course of 30 seconds, maybe it's more reasonable. So in this case, actually, can we do this? I'm thinking if we can smoothen this graph. But anyway, we can still see here that that's still a different value. Now it's stuck to 2 minutes, that's why. So that's a bit, so because the interval is 2 minutes, like if I bake it here to be 30 seconds, we should probably see something a little bit better. Yeah, so you see, so basically what happens is we smoothen, like the slower we check the rate, the more we smoothen out the measurement. So basically we end up with losing a lot of information. So look at all these peaks now. We could not see those peaks if we were looking at the 1 minute time frame. So if I change the game to 1 minute, see they go down immediately, and other peaks appear as well because they just happen to be measured over the course of 1 minute that they are higher. So ideally you just want to have the correct rate at which you're sampling the CPU, and that seems to be more than a second, because if I refresh here, every time I refresh is less than a second and there's a new value. So that's a story for another time. So if I put this here to 15 seconds, maybe will it even get worse? Let's see. Okay, now it does not reply with anything. I'll put it to 30 seconds, and we see that indeed over time, on average, the core 0 has been used the most, with the core 1 being the second most used, and then 2 and 3 last. And you can also see that reflected in the minimum amount of, like, it's always been used, core 0. Maybe the device, or like the operating system, decides to always by default run some things on the first available core, or maybe some developer baked in a call to the to core 0. So it always calls, this particular application always calls core 0. And you can see also in the peak, it's very strange, like it's you know what, it could be that some application is consistently using core 1, because the maximum of core 0, because the maximum of core 0 is 62.1, the maximum of core 3 is 61.2, which is almost exactly 1.1 above this one. So it could be that there's a constant load on core 0 from some application that just, somebody doesn't automatically assign a core number and just gives a 0. Or maybe there is something in the operating system that says how they should be assigned. So we learned something today, a few things. I think my voice is kind of giving up, so I'll probably cut this one somewhere around here. I'll save this because I like this what we made today. For activity, I'm going to actually remove all the other queries underneath because I think they probably still happen. So we make this a little bit lighter. Yes, perfect. So now we only have one query being performed and shown here. So we want to keep this actually to maybe last 12 hours, so it's not too heavy. So if I save this and say added core CPU or activity plot or panel, save it. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit slow to respond, but it did now. So it needs a little bit of patience sometimes. Don't smash buttons too fast. Oh no. But I edited this one before, and I saved it too now, and I didn't want to. Shit. So how was this one? Okay, it's the same, just system here instead of user. Right, is that? So, work please. Yeah, and I need to turn these on as well. Let's see. Yeah. Pretty cool. Now it's working. Perfect. So now we can save again and see. Now it's, yeah, all things are green. Perfect. Fix. What did we do? Fix CPU base, or actually reset basic panel to default. Yeah, perfect. So we're done. So thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I see some I see some funny chats here. Thank you very much for joining. This is okay, that worked. And I wish you Happy New Year. And we'll see you around in these irregular hangouts with Webcam jams. So yeah, see you around.